Here's part 2 of the tour. You can see there's one of the picnic table benches, the other one's still there. There's trash can, and I believe the top to the trash can over there. If we go over here to the corner of the bunkhouse, I think I found a pretty good idea of where the water line was. You can see underneath on this cinder block, it wasn't all that high, maybe 5 inches, and it doesn't look particularly wet down there. It's hard to tell exactly. It's pretty difficult to tell where the water line would have been. Obviously, just by how all this grass is matted down, there was water here, and there is water on this side, but it's hard to tell what would have dried out by now. Here's a sled. I used to be up by the woodshed. Now it's here. A whole lot of big, nasty-looking mushrooms. As far as the bunkhouse goes, from the outside it looks pretty good. If we go inside here, looks pretty much the same as always, with the exception of the ceiling here. It's getting pretty distended. Let me get a view so it's parallel to the roof, and it's very yeah, that's wet, and this definitely looks like mold, this dark stuff. That's, yeah, I do that, I rub my fingers together and they're wet. So that might not last a long time. And that tape is obviously done. But that's about it as far as the bunkhouse, in terms of damage. Back in here it looks same as it ever was. I guess can't really see that well, but yeah. And then in the back looks yeah, well, I think that's been there, right? Maybe. All those creatures always love it back here, so I'm sure they'll get in if they want. But there's no water damage, at least. Head back out here. Let's head across. Or well, let's look behind the bunkhouse real quick. There's nothing much to see, but just so you get the full experience. This side of the roof looks fine. Not really sure I want to walk up and look at the front of the roof. Rather not fall through the ceiling. These poles are here for some reason. No idea why, but it doesn't. I don't think they were brought here by the flood. So someone brought them over. I just don't know who. The porch looks fine. These 2 ceiling tiles are what came off inside. I have the windows open because it smelled like gas inside. I think pilot light maybe went out or something. Oh yeah, the gas in the propane tank, that was still turned on, so I turned it off now. It was about 50% capacity tank, I believe. So here's inside. Still kind of smells like gas, but it's a lot better. There's where those tiles came from, those 2. If I reach up and touch, it's not wet, and these tiles aren't wet. The tiles that were on the floor were still wet until I picked them up. Took them outside to dry off. This is the section that I guess I did actually break it. That was, I believe, swollen, and couldn't get the door open without using a bit more force. But it's open now. In here, kitchen looks fine. There's nothing on the ceiling. The pilot lights, I don't know if you can tell, on the stove are still on. So those are fine. Oh, wait. No, they're not. Oh, huh. Of course, they were on earlier before I turned the gas off, but now they're off. So that's a good sign that I did actually turn the gas off. The fridge, not a whole lot in there, but I'll make sure it disappears. The electricity is turned off. I haven't looked at the breaker. Yeah, that's mine now. Side room is fine. Yeah, nothing much to say. There are some water spots in the ceiling in the other rooms, but I'm pretty sure they've been there already. I got pictures of them that you can confirm. In here, yeah, like a little spot up there. Nothing significant. I thought, oh yeah, okay. The crawl space is here, so let me take a look. Well, if I can. Come on. How do you open this? Well, I'll make another video. I'll get pictures. Alright. That's really about it for inside. It's just that. This looks a little gross where it was sitting, so I'll clean that up. The other one was on the carpet there. But that's really about it. Could have been a lot worse. So, yeah. Power of water. I'm gonna clean up a few things, clear out the fridge, and I guess that's really all I can do. At the moment, I think the most worrisome thing is that propane tank. Well, that propane tank and the bunkhouse ceiling, which could collapse at any moment, really. But other than that, things are in fairly good shape. So this is me reporting from Raymond, Colorado.